Thank you, Gilbert. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Good morning.
Good morning.
How is everybody feeling this wonderful, beautiful, sunshiny day? The sun was so bright. Oh, I hear fantastic, good, all good stuff today. Bless you, bless you. Welcome to Miracle Center for Spiritual Living. Today is May 17th, 2026.
Whoa.
Yes, it is moving fast, isn't it? Our weekly topic title is Carrying Our Doubt Together. Carrying our doubt together. So as we welcome you to the house of God this morning, I invite you just to become still and go within and just begin to feel the Spirit, the action of Spirit in this room as we offer the invocation. Father, Mother God, in whom we live, move, and have our being, we recognize their presence here this morning as all nothing but good, nothing but love, nothing but peace, joy, all the good entities of this life, of this universe, is right here present within us, around us, through us. It's all God, a spiritual action of joy. So as we magnify that presence in this morning's service without question, we know that everyone that hears this service, that participates in the service, that is a part of this service, is blessed. Because it's all God. It's all love. It's all good. So knowing that this service is a spiritual experience, therefore it is, without question, in divine order. And if you're in agreement with the words that have been spoken, simply affirm with me. And so it is. So we let it be. Amen and amen. Ooh, thank you. Again, our affirmation: I share the power and potential of collective curiosity. Boy, that's interesting. Collective curiosity. And our science of mind point of view for this morning: spiritual experience is deep, calm, and self-assertive. It is the result of actually realizing that presence which binds all together in one complete whole. This experience comes in the stillness of the soul, when the outer voice is quiet, when the tempest of human strife is abated. It is a quickening of the inner person to an eternal reality. That's through Ernest Holmes, The Science of Mind, the definitive edition, Tarcher Pengree, 2010, page 607, Kindle edition. And now we're prepared for some music to just make our souls move and jump. Gilbert, take it away, please.
You got a good video. He's gonna play
Oh.
about a video.
Okay, it's not Gilbert. We'll turn it over to Chris.
No, go ahead. You're okay. We're going to wait on the music.
You don't want me to read at this now?
No. No, that's mine.
This is yours?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. He's not going to play it right now.
Oh, okay. All right, then without further ado, let me introduce our illustrious spiritual leader in the form of Reverend June Clark. Take it away, Reverend June. Bless you.
Thank you, Fran. Wonderful to see you in your beautiful colors on this morning. Oh, hello, everybody.
Good morning.
Isn't it good not to have any doubts at all?
Yes.
It is. But you know what? It's good to have that kick in the, just to remember that when we doubt, it's just okay. It's just giving us a chance to exercise our willingness to know that sometime we just have to stop and think about what is occurring and doubt whatever it is, doubt yourself and say, I can do this. Yes, I can. So we're going to look at doubt from a human experience, which is all that it is. So I'm going to start with, I'm looking for my little, see, got my little cue card here so I can follow along. I doubted something, and it had to do with finance. And that was that I didn't have very much in the old pot, formerly called the checking account. And I worried, and I looked, and I opened the book, and I'd look some more. You ever do that? Mm-hmm. Like, it's just going to pop up off of your television or your little tablet or whatever you keep your financial record in. And you keep looking at the book, and you open it up, and you look some more, and then you close it up, and you look some more, and then the mailman comes. And he said, oh, I guess it's raining out there. I got to go out and get the mail. So you go out and you get the mail, and lo and behold, you start opening up those envelopes, and then you say to yourself, why did I doubt? Now, are you doubting that the company that has sent you a check that covers all you needed and more, are you doubting that they forgot who you are? Or are you doubting that checks exist and they come through the mail? You know, all that's somebody else's thinking, stinking thinking, but it's your stinking thinking, because why do we doubt? What, you know, Jerry's sitting right here, and I always quote him when I think that, why do we think that way? Asking the question alone is kind of forgetting our own belief. Why do you ask? Because the answer is already in the universe. God never says no. So moving along, we're going to talk about doubt this morning, which is a human experience. The collective inner experience of doubt is one of the most common threads of our shared humanity. I guess if we went to Timbuktu, there's folks doubting there. I guess if we went to the Congress of the United States of America, no negative comments there. So it's what we are and who we are that we need to remind ourselves not to doubt anything within actually the world realm, the human realm, the animal kingdom. Do not doubt anything that has been established in this life, in this knowingness that we are, because we are God expressing. And it says, one of the most common threads of our shared humanity, and I would just include the system that we live in, which is, as this refers to, humanness. But I used to have a dog, And I didn't see her running around the house and acting, pulling on my skirt or bumping me or any. Well, I guess I'm kind of debating my own thought here. I was going to say she didn't doubt that she would get fed. But obviously, even in the non-human realm, everyone has the sense of, everything has the sense of its commitment to be. I like that better than just saying humanity. It's commitment to be. And where does the kingdom of the righteousness thinking that everything is always exactly as it should be come from? And since there is only one expression of anything going on in this life, we should never doubt. We may want to look at what we have assumed is the exact correct happening in this world. We should not doubt. And if you're not like me, who doubts a lot, let's sit down after church and let me know how you classify your life without any doubt. See, I had to sigh. There's no doubt. And it becomes especially obvious in times of great external turmoil. What do we have today? What do we have when we turn on the television? I don't even want to. I was so sorry I turned it on this morning. And I won't repeat what upset me, but universally, I would be very, very happy if turning on a simple newscast did not make you doubt that there was any humanity anywhere. But this is why, if you are here, if you are within the sound of my voice, I know that there are enough of us who will bring the clarity of God to every single thinking being on this planet. It is already here. It is God expressing itself. So therefore, if we just turn a little bit, and I say this quite often, that I can see blue chairs, I can see white wall, I can see Gilbert, and as I turn my head, I can see some of the piano. And if I raise my eye level, I can see all of that mirror over there. And then there's a drum set. And see, I can do that semi from memory. But that's concrete. And I can see it, and I can accept it, and I know it. But if I don't look for solid evidence, if I stop believing that God is the only thing going on in this universal allness, then, as it did for just a moment this morning, I don't even remember what I thought, thank goodness, or I just dropped it into the nothingness that really matters. I look to the old expression, my happy place, my dominant side of peace, my dominant side of love, my understanding of what I have read from Ernest Holmes, my understanding of the Bible, my understanding of the books that are sitting on my shelf, even if I've read one line to just perk me up because I'm feeling down, or even if somebody gave me something to eat this morning that I hadn't had prior to, and that was myself making me something to eat. So doubt, let's just replace it with harmony. know that there is harmony in your beingness. Know that there is harmony in all aspects of your being. And if you know the truth about what you believe in science of mind, you know that that is the truth for every single thing, sentient being on this planet. Now, do we always recognize that truth? Might take me, it might take you some extra effort to smile, to walk over to the bookshelf and pull off a book, because I have found when I feel that I am going backward in my consciousness about my life, that means that somebody else might be doing the same thing. So what I do, I can go over and pull a book off the shelf just like that. If it happens to be the Bible in your house, if you have other books that bring you joy and pleasure in reading them, grab it, sit down, take an hour, take 5 minutes, and pull up your bootstraps and proceed on in peace and harmony and joy. So kick doubt. No. We don't want to do that because that lets it loose. Just have it disappear. Have it dissipate into the universal goodness. So today, the collective inner experience of doubt is just as natural as personal doubt. Yet it is often more visible and socially shared, shaping the way communities grow and evolve. In the spirit of being open at the top. And that's something that Ernest Holmes declared and owned that expression and teaches it throughout all his works and all our classes. Open at the top. Kind of an interesting thought is to just sit down and have someone standing next to you and let them look in your head, and then you ask them, how bright is it in there? Are you a little bit on the side of being negative, or are you greatly on the side of happiness and joy and harmony? And if you get an honest answer that maybe I'm doing my left side, I guess, obviously, because I'm right-handed. But if you get on the left side and you have them see something that's not as bright and happy, just sit there and decide, I'm going to be happy, I'm going to be happy, I'm going to be happy. And then ask them again to look inside of you. And they respond, oh, you're just in heaven. You are glorious today. And automatically my shoulders came up and my body settled down and I relaxed. And if you can do that when whatever it is that binds you, become unbound and use a phrase like, I'm enough. I love myself the way I am. Just pure, simple words. Love, joy, money, whatever makes you happy. Just remember, don't let the people that travel all over the world in our essence, in our purposefulness, to just every once in a while think, we are strong, we are happy. Everyone that I know is completely at peace. That feels so much better than the negativity that we seem to hear, we seem to see. So bringing our doubts into conversation allows us to connect with one another more deeply, recognizing that our uncertainties are not isolated, but communal. When I say communal, it doesn't have to be more than one. One or more, said the Christ. One or more. Together. It's exactly that. It's one or more. If you are one in your truth, you must know that there are others somewhere. We can't see each other all the time. We can't be just the people that come to this church. People all over the world are marching. Is that not collective joy, collective construction toward a better good? I think it is. That is communal. So collective subconsciousness, under, collective subconsciousness. What do you feel inside when somebody asks you a question, a very simple question? Do you want to go wherever it is? And you say yes. How many times do you say yes when you really mean no? How many times do you go with a group and get to chattering after whatever has happened, and everybody's, again, agreeing on what they got out of a play or a movie or a book, and they say they like it? I guess we just assume that when we say join in the conversation, are you strong enough? Are you willing to let your subconscious come up? And you don't have to be negative or insulting, but you have the strength to say, I'm okay. I'll just share what I think, and then you think about what I think, and if you agree with me and change your mind, that's fine. If I agree with you and I change my mind, that's okay too. The subconscious might give you a headache. It might give you a bellyache. It might just have you leave the group because you don't have the strength to decide to use your freedom, your right to think and share, because you never know. I have had so many people that I know and love, including kids, family members, churchgoers, just people, period, that I make a statement and they don't agree with me. If I let every single thing, person, dog, cat, whatever, disagree with my attitude and my thinking, I probably would not exist anymore. I learned this. Well, when did I learn it? My goodness, see, I'm sinking back. When did I learn it? One way I learned it was when I was teaching school. And children, in the classroom, I would tell them one thing, and then they'd raise their hand and tell me what they think. And now I've spoken to the whole class, they've spoken to the whole class. And sometimes it takes guts to listen and not automatically open your mouth. I say children because I think we affect children so much. We don't affect each other that much because we're pretty much settled into what we think. But every once in a while, a child will respond. And it almost make you cry. Because what they say is so pure, so innocent, so free, that it will make you shift your consciousness and change your mind. It has happened over the years. I mean, as we get older, our skin gets thicker, and we tend sometimes not to listen to others. I won't put any gender, age, or anything on it. But if you listen with your heart, you listen with your whole beingness, just keep it closed. Let it settle up here. Let it settle here. And you will find that doubt never comes into play, but an interesting concept comes into play, and that is be still and know. To think, to listen, to think that whatever you say is perfect. I have found that not to be true many, many times. So it almost sounds like I'm talking out of both sides of my mouth, but I'm not. Because we are God expressing. How many times did you come close? How many times did you come close to saying something? But if you were listening and waiting, and then you hear or you see what else is going on around you, whew, I missed that one. I could have been hit upside the head because what I was thinking is totally opposite of what is true. The best part about that is you have discernment. You get to decide. If what you were going to say still is your factor in your mind that you are right, you ought to stick with it. But, think about what we say before we say it. Because once said, it can't be unsaid. I learned that from mostly my mother, because I didn't talk back to my father. No. But to my mother, I would, something said, open comes the mouth, and out comes something. And let's see, how fast was her right hand? I'm kind of being facetious, but I'm not. Only to say, think, listen, and think, and see what your heart is opening up to you. And if that's somebody else's truth, what right do you have to, I hate to say create an argument, because most things are not worth arguing about, because most people do not change their opinion. But just consider thinking about who we are. We're God expressing. So we'll move on. What Holmes calls race suggestion, we now call collective subconscious or collective suggestion, serves as a reservoir for collected doubt of a community or individuals. Now, I say that very clearly because I totally believe it, and I share that because it is totally true for me, and what is true for me is also true for you, because we are all individuals shaped as enacting God's presence in our lives. And it's okay. It's okay. We're not, well, I keep thinking about things that are not true. I was going to say we get no rewards for being the way we are, because we're perfect the way we are. But we think with discernment, not only because we're adults, because we don't always. Not only because we might be wrong, but not always. And not always because we might be right, but not always. But as old, as many days as you have lived on this planet, grow up a little bit more. Think about what you're doing. Think about what you're saying. And don't doubt yourself. Don't doubt yourself. And for the collective, we're doing this for every single person. And I know there's names that are slipping in the mind there. Yes, for them too. Because they can get better. Whatever it is that you're thinking about, it's better. Because God is included in all of this inclusivity of who we are. Don't always look on the negative side of anything, because if you flip it over, the saving grace might be there. It's there already. There's nothing but God. It's there already. Creation is eternally going on. Your hair keeps growing. Oops. Now I'll look and see if there are no men in here that don't have hair. But you know what? It's become not a punishment. I remember when I was in elementary school and some poor boy would come into class with a hat pulled down on his head because his dad got upset about something with him. Sit down here. I'm going to give you a haircut. You know, that became one of the most negative sights to see. And unfortunately, there were some children that had to have their hair cut because there were little creatures in their hair. And all the rest of us in the class, we weren't enlightened at that time. And we pointed and we sniggled, but he was still a child of God. He was still perfect. But I don't think he thought so. And she too. That also happened to some of the girls. But that's okay. Because as an adult, if you can remember their name, you can say, I'm sorry. There's always room to change your mind. Always room to tell someone, I was wrong. Just don't bring it up to me again, so we have to go through this discussion again. Because most people, don't say most people, some people will not let you forget your shortcomings. And the reason we call them shortcomings is because they're fast, and there's not very many of them. So stay on the high side and carry your doubt about anything within yourself until you resolve to make it more comfortable. When the seats get hot enough, people get up. Who's going to be a fool and sit down and burn and be extremely hot? And I'm sorry I said the word fool, but I'm not. So consider what you're doing to yourself, to your well-being, to your spiritual being, whenever you do anything. And sometimes it gets very, very uncomfortable to do, I don't even want to say what is right. Who knows? It includes time, it includes your thinking, it includes your health, it includes your wealth. Be kind to yourself and know that you, again, are God expressing. And God's not going to do something to itself deliberately that is harmful, to itself. And all those appearances within your psyche, within your actions, that we do so quickly without any doubt, and we think it's right. Just be kind to your brain, to your beingness, to that headache that popped up. Maybe been gritting your teeth all night because you're thinking of something that's uncomfortable. I don't know. All I want you to think about is discerning your own behavior. We can't get into other people's business, can we? It's very quiet in here, and I'm part of the quiet. I keep saying it's an inside. That's what Reverend Leora says. It's an inside job. Everybody doesn't have to know what we share with them, and most of the time it's something they don't understand. Even you don't understand yourself. So we'll move on from that. Mental suggestion operates through the subjective mind, and a silent influence is always going on through this avenue in the form of race suggestion. I think I have told you before, when I was in a class at the Redlands Science of Mind Center, and the teacher was Dr. Ruth Wilkerson, and we were reading out of the textbook, and it said, race thinking. At the time, if I remember correctly, and I think I do, Reverend Leora and myself were of color in the class. The instructor and all the other students in the class were not people of color. And I raised my hand so big and so bold. I was a lot younger then. And I said, what does he mean by race suggestion? Whose race is the best? And knowing Dr. Ruth, she just got quiet, let me sit there in my own juice and stew, because the other participants in the class were kind of whispering to themselves, like they thought they knew the answer, and they knew what the answer was, the race that was supreme. And she just quietly said, race suggestion means a dominant way of thinking. It has nothing to do with the color of your skin or your humanity itself has no race in mind. So as I slink down in the chair, you notice today how old I am. And I still can see that classroom, and I can still remember that comment. So sometime we have to stop and think, maybe we're correct in what we think, and I spoke my right thought. But just because it was my right thought didn't mean that it was a right thought. And I know you know what I mean. So just as old as, however old you are, just remember, children will say what they say. Adults, we've been around a while, and we can revamp, we can re-examine our thinking and move on from the old position or move on to a new position. It's only up to us, and it's only what we decide something is going to be, the way it's going to be. A silent communication takes place at all times between friends on the subjective side of life. That's an interesting sentence. But why would you not? Because if you are in your own divine order, why would you want to be around anyone else who isn't? I don't think it's judgment. I think it's choice. Because how much better, how much not better are you than anybody else? Just keep it on the positive side of life. When it comes to the surface, it is called mental excuse me, mental telepathy. And maybe that's what it is. If you don't match, why stay? Why? Just why? There's another why question. So you figure that one out. And that's from the Science of Mind, the definitive edition, and a Kindle edition. So it's on page 213 if you want to kind of whizzle your way through that and decide about that. So we have a reading right now, and then I'm going to play a song, a couple songs for you. So Laverne's going to come up.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Disciplines of the Spirit. Howard Thurman, Friends, 1963, United Press. There is a fellowship of suffering as well as a community of sufferers. It is true that suffering tends to isolate the individual, to create a call, even within the privacy that imprisons them, to overwhelm them with self-preoccupation. It makes their spirit miserable in the literal sense of that word. Initially, it stops all outward flow of life and makes a virtue of the necessity for turning inward. Indeed, one of the ground rules of humanity's struggle with pain is the focusing of the energies of life at a single point. All of them that can be summoned is marshaled. This is true whether they are dealing with sheer physical pain or the more complex aspect of other dimensions of suffering. The pain gives their minds something else to think about and requires what approximates total attention. The energy of life becomes available when the conditions of single-mindedness are met. And so be it with the disciplines of the Spirit.
Thank you, Laverne. Thank you very much. Okay, I'm going to move into Science of Mind treatment. And before I do, I want the lights dimmed a little bit so we can just have some time to love ourselves, to love yourself, to recognize anything that is unlike the goodness of God, the Spirit of Christ, the Jesus within us, the Buddha within us. Whatever it is that touches your spirit, that lifts you up and out into the safety of the race consciousness, all the goodness that is around us, that abounds us in every country, in every human species, personhood. Don't let the noise of the TV and the radio and the chatter that is unlike God. It exists, but it's not the truth with capital letters, which means it is not of God. So in this awareness, I declare that the I am of me is the I am of you. And the I am is God expressing itself in harmony, in joy, and health, prosperity, kindness, understanding. Just be at peace and know that we are one. And as we know the oneness of God, if there is anything in your thinking, in your heart, in the process of every breath you take, we cannot name the qualities of God because they are all that there is. We know we are prosperous. We know we are health. We know that we are love expressing. We are divine emanations of God, as God, in God, through God. We can say, oh my God. Oh my God. The pain dissipates. The mind opens. We smile. We laugh. We give comfort to those whom we know are aware. We know they are aware of our comfort and our willingness to expand our beingness. We are in control of God as God is within us. As we think, so it is. And in this awareness, together let us say, and so it is. And I have a song that I'm going to play, and they both are going to relate to being who we are. That's a great one. Type it up there behind my eyes. Thank you. Can somebody give me the time? Our clock is sleepy. 11:20. Okay. Good. I have something else, another song for you, and it goes along with this doubt feeling, this doubt word. And you know, there's nothing wrong, like I said before, there's nothing wrong with doubting something. Strange things happen sometimes when you hear of occurrences, and usually they're in a sense of negativity, but they're not. When something I have seen on the news several years ago of a happening of a plane crash, which is it's unthinkable, but it's real. And somebody will be on the news and they will be called not exactly a survivor, but a person who doubted in some way, for some reason, that they had to take that trip at that particular time, that they thought about it and they decided to cancel. They weren't on the plane. They are still a survivor, in a sense. You might doubt that you shouldn't come to church today. When I was here, and Jerry came in, and Chris came in, and Laverne had been in the office assisting me, and I don't think there was anybody in the sanctuary. So what do? Go home? Get back in bed? And now, see, but there's always somebody here because God is here. The presence, the senses don't cooperate with what your senses would like to see. But there are people here now. And the energy of the whole atmosphere is always love when you come here. I've come here with a cold, or many of you. I know there is someone here that does really not feel well. But once you come through that door, and then especially this door, if you haven't had that feeling yet, just walk in with open arms, open heart, open mind, peace and love in your heart. And stuff just disappears. So on that note, I have one more song for you. And I keep looking up there as if I know the time. But I want you to sing along if you know it, and try and put it in your head, or fold up this, Laverne, can we do that before you go? Sorry. Fold up this slip of paper, put it somewhere in your wallet. If you don't remember what's going on in your life, just take out this little slip of paper that goes along with our lesson today, and remember the 2 songs that we're going to hear. So, would you play that song, Chris? Thank you, Laverne. Blessing all these gifts as money expresses in our lives. I bless you especially in your health, in your patience, in your love. And so it is. So it is. Thank you. Well, thank you for coming this morning. And Fran, you want to come up and read the... Have a beautiful day. I think it's the first day since last summer that I didn't wear a coat on top of when I was coming to church. So be blessed, everyone.
Let's give Reverend June a hand for this wonderful service. I don't care how long you've been in Science of Mind, you can come to church every day and still get something. Still get something, you know. So thank you again, Reverend June, for that message. Well, I'll take you through the week. I invite you to take you through the week, and so it is. So, Father, I give great thanks for this service, for the message, for the flow of spirit through me, around me, that surrounds me. For God is everywhere present equally at the same time. God, the giver of peace, joy, and love. That's what God is. So as we go through this week, let us always remember that love, peace, and joy is right where we are. For we are the children of God, and we express nothing but peace, love, and joy. Because that's what God is. That's what we are. And giving thanks for this truth, we go through this week knowing that it is all love, all joy, all peace, in spite of. For all there is God. Giving thanks for this information, giving thanks for this feeling, giving thanks for this knowledge, for this beingness. I simply say, and so it is. So it is, so it is, so it is. And together we say, Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Thank you, Fran.
All right. This concludes our service. Do we have any visitors today? I see somebody I knew a long time ago when he was saying hi. Now he's a tall, handsome young man. Good to see you. I see Elaine there.
My
Yes.
name is Marisha. I'm here with my boyfriend and Miss Linda. Thank you for having me with 11 Cypress. Amen.
Thank you for being here this morning. Thank you. All right, guys, let's circle up and sing the peace song, because we are peaceful beings, we are loving beings, and have a blessed week.